My dudes, so we're going to take a look at Pokemon Zaw. This is a little bit of a surprise. I wasn't sure. This is Pokemon Legends Zaw or ZA. I didn't know what to expect. I was a little bit reluctant about it because it kind of looked like one of those, like a Let's Go Pikachu or kind of a spin-off and not like a mainline Pokemon game. But my wife and I sat down to play it. We tend to get the mainline ones, and we play the shit out of them, quite frankly. Well, what was particularly interesting about this one is there's one, I'm going to cover really just my impressions of the game. You're watching me play through a bit of it. I'm not going to do too much with spoilers, although you will see Pokemon that are kind of higher level. But the thing is it all takes place in this city. This city right here. Yeah, there's the map. And I got a lot of stuff unlocked. I really basically beat the story. So this is my impressions after having beat the story. And no, there won't be really like spoilers other than to just say like, yeah, you'll unlock these wild zones. And this is the whole game. This takes place in one city. But what they do is they utilize a lot of this like rooftops. And what's really cool is that you'll see a lot of Pokemon doing things in the world, and I'm going to use a Pokemon that's fairly common. I won't use any special crazy stuff, but you can see how it's all real time, which is really kind of much more freaking interesting. And I hated those random encounters of the old games. So again, I won't show you any spoilery stuff, but there was the original games where they hit you with that sound like a random encounter occurs and then you're thrust into battle, and they always kind of felt a little bit like a nuisance. But with this, they've really optimized the system to where it feels like, well, for one, it feels like you're pals with your, that's funny that I'd say it that way. It feels like you're a little bit more intimate with your Pokemon, and what I mean by that is like they're running alongside you, and they all have like the appropriate scale that you would expect of them. And some of your Pokemon are going to be like freaking huge, especially after they evolve. And there's a good selection of some of the all-time best. I have upgraded my Charizard. It's not like you've never seen a Charizard before. And you have these things, barriers and boundaries in your environment. You can use your Pokemon to like break through those boundaries and barriers, and then of course you've got all these little Pokeballs all throughout the city, so there's a good enough reason to really quite literally just explore. These, I won't spoil too much of what they are, but they sort of respawn. A lot of the red and gold Pokeballs that you see are rare items. You might find EXP candy in there or something like that, but a lot of the pink crystals, they become sort of a currency to buy some things in the game. And again, avoiding spoilers, it unlocks special abilities for your Pokemon that you've never seen before, and it's really kind of a cool feature. You've got NPCs that give you quests, and these quests are sometimes, really, I don't know any other way to say it, but they'll let you kind of get to know people, and it's always very like wholesome. Like there's something kind of wholesome about a Pokemon game. It feels like this is the kind of game you could play with your 10-year-old. It doesn't ever really get too violent. It doesn't really ever get like crazy hostile, or there's no language or innuendos or things like that. It's like it's super clean, and it kind of just takes you back. Feels like the kind of, it feels like what Pokemon always should have been. I'm particularly just blown away by how, like I said, I'm running around with a frickin' flying Charizard here. How cool is that? And also, that's another thing. Sometimes you've got enemies that are at a lower elevation or something, and if you're using a flying type, he'll just fly out there, and you can attack from rooftops, is what I'm saying, which is really cool. That's kind of a neat feature. I'm actually just going around collecting the red Pokeballs, because as I was playing through, I did not collect them. I thought, oh no, they just respawn in random locations, and then my wife tells me, no, there's like really good stuff in those, so it's worth like kind of hunting around for them. And the city itself, I would say there are areas of it where they put a lot more artistry into it. And I am a video game artist, so I noticed this in the last couple of Pokemon games. I've been kind of disappointed at the quality of the art. It just felt very like slapped together. And this feels a lot more, don't get me wrong, I think that it's very clean, but also very simplified. And I kind of, but I also feel like there are areas where they really got the artists to do their thing. Okay, don't look if you don't want to see spoilers, because there's a move that I'm going to do that is a bit of a spoiler move. Just avert your eyes. Woohoo! Anyway, okay, you can look now. Yeah, so there's just neat stuff like the artistry, I would say, of where the characters look interesting. Like the NPCs just around town, such a better look and style, and you see different body types and a variety of personality in those characters. It's not going hog wild. It ain't like The Witcher, you know. And quite frankly, there's no traffic. There's nobody moving around. But when you, well, you'll sometimes see joggers or something. But how cool is that to just see like a Squirtle running around? Like that's not running around, but like in the world. And sometimes you'll see them swimming around in ponds, or you'll see them hanging from trees. You'll see Pokemon in the world. And yes, there is a little bit of, oh, you can also catch them, by the way. I don't know if this one's going to run away from me. Why can't I target onto him? That's weird. It's weird that I can't target onto this one. He must be owned by somebody doing something. That's very strange. But anyway, yeah, you can see a little bit more of a craftsmanship than what they've had in previous versions. Yeah, see, you can target onto them. And also you'll see them just cruising around everywhere. You'll see Pidgeys and Pidgeotos like hanging from power lines and on, you know, park benches and things. And there's daytime, nighttime cycle. And yes, some of them only come out at night, for example. And then you have these, what they call wild zones. And these wild zones are, usually they unlock as you progress through the game, and they will unlock, you know, more and more Pokemon to fill out your Pokédex. And I won't show you my Pokédex. It's not that it's bad. It's, again, I don't want to like go too crazy with spoilers or anything like that. So yes, you can just throw Pokeballs at these guys and like catch them, but sometimes they don't catch. And you've got to battle them and then knock them into submission. And then once they're knocked into submission, then you get another chance to throw another Pokeball, and sometimes you'll catch them then. You can also choose the different types. Ooh, see? There you go. And you can also choose the different types of Pokeballs. And the only thing that I would say that's not in this game is there's no Master Ball. And I haven't, there is, I think there are, maybe there might be, I don't know. I haven't gotten to like the post-game stuff yet. I saw the credits roll and I was like, okay, I gotta put this down because I have been playing something like, well, how many hours did I play? I can check right now, look, 41 hours. And I've got 149 in my Pokédex. So, you know, yeah, there's a good amount of, like, just, it's a straight up Pokemon adventure. And quite frankly, like, this is the best system that they have ever had for summoning Pokemon, for fighting Pokemon, for, like, I want to see them run with this, you know, and I can only imagine if they opened it up a little bit more and kind of created a little bit more of a world. This is just a city, you know, but this could be, I don't even know what they have planned for their DLC. If it's like another city or another zone or another, you know, a wilderness area or something, they could do a lot. But overall, man, like I was super happy playing through this with my wife, and it's particularly more fun, by the way. I don't know if if my wife wasn't so much into it, I might have just passed. I don't know, and then I'd be sad because I'm very happy that I did play it, and yeah, but at the same time, I don't know that, you know. It is a kid's game, but, you know, isn't that also what games should be too? It's like some games should just take you back. You know, I'm playing Yooka-Laylee, which is the Yooka-Laylee remake or remaster, and I honestly, like, it's the same thing. It's got kind of, you know, kiddish vibes, but I enjoy that stuff. I've always enjoyed that. When I was a kid, I really enjoyed Banjo-Kazooie, and so how could I not also enjoy that? And I enjoyed Pokemon too, so it just gives me the nostalgic feels, and it's really neat to see the series evolve and grow and become what it is. Okay, don't look again. I gotta move, and I don't want you to see it unless you want spoilers. Okay, you can look now. Yeah, there's all kinds of, like, you'll get a few different moves, and then you get these things, and you can kind of find all the different stuff in the open world, and that's kind of a really neat thing, and I'm trying to avoid moving the camera in places that might give away some things that you might not want to see if you're thinking of playing it. It's definitely worth picking up, and definitely, especially, you probably already decided if you want to play it or not. I didn't think it would be super appropriate to play it for my channel here because, well, quite frankly, it's a linear story RPG, not a lot of player choice in that. Whereas, something like Silksong or some of the other games that I play here, you get a little bit more variety of things. And I wouldn't say the game is particularly hard, but it is the hardest Pokemon. I know that would be the case. Also, like I said, I play games for fun. And at the same time, sometimes not recording anything about it is just like a nice little, hey, this is just for me. You know what I'm saying? And I still do that with a lot of, I'd say not a lot of games. I need to actually probably stop playing so many darn games and buckle down and get some artwork done. I'm doing some Hearthstone cards, and I'm doing some Marvel Snap cards right now. And I've been asking them to kind of slow down on sending me assignments because I just want to play games for a bit. But I'm sort of like, I'm at that point where I just enjoy it. I enjoy my time. And I enjoyed the heck out of this one, and I'm glad I got it, and I'm glad I was able to kind of play through the whole thing. And I would highly, highly recommend it if you were on the fence about it. So that's my 2 cents, my thoughts, my early impressions or what have yous, my big old fat opinion about Pokemon Zaw. Anyway, if you played it, let me know what you think, of course, in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If there was something that absolutely just missed the mark on, I'd love to know that as well. So, yeah, drop that in the comments below. Don't forget to subby or whatever, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, ciao.